Alright, let's get to the neutral epic cards. Yeah, crowd favorite. If you make your eyes like really close like this, then it looks like a space marine to me. So I like the artwork. Frost Giant. This is a really tough one. So I think for handlock, the only deck right now using the giants, the Molten Giant and the Mountain Giant is much better. Although you're using your hero power a lot, the the Mountain Giant and the Molten Giant is usually better. I'm not really a handlock expert. Maybe you want to replace one Mountain Giant with the Frost Giant. That's pretty rough. But there is this Echo Mage. When you use Echo of Medivh to duplicate all the Molten Giants, this one could probably use a Frost Giant, because sometimes it's hard to reduce your own health below that point where you can easily play all the Molten Giants. So I think this card might see some play. I like the idea that it's another giant. They all have the kind of the same mechanic. It's quite alright. Yeah, Garrison Commander. I'm not really excited about this card. It's not that interesting to use your hero power 2 times. Of course, with Inspire it can work, but it's still at full mana cost. I don't know. You have to combine this kind with the Maiden of the Lake. That's 2 weak minions. Well, okay, I admit the Garrison Commander is not really a weak minion. 2/3 for 2 mana, that's absolutely alright. Nothing to complain about, pretty good stats. But yeah, then you have to also get out the Maiden of the Lake. And 2/6 for 4 mana, that's not acceptable in my opinion. You need 3 attack when you have 4 mana to kill the Shredder. And yeah, you need to have both of these minions out there and your Inspire minion to like get the combo really going. That's not going to work out, I'm sorry. Yeah, next card is the Grand Crusader. This card is kinda interesting because there's some alternative for 6 mana. The Piloted Sky Golem, which is, I think 6/4 is worse than 5/5, so the 5/5 gets the better stats here. But I think the fact that the Piloted Sky Golem is a mech is of course slight bonus. And you get the value immediately, and you know for sure that it's a random 4-cost minion. So adding a random Paladin card, I'm not sure how the average cost of a Paladin card is. I would have to look that up. But yeah, maybe it's about 4. So, but you draw it, and you don't get it immediately on the field. So, of course, in the Death Rattle, you got all the neutral 4-drops, which are presumably much worse than the Paladin 4-drops. But I don't know. Sometimes you get the dream, you get your Tyrion here with the Grand Crusader, but yeah, I think it's slightly too weak. But it's interesting that you can add a random Paladin card now to all deck archetypes. Yeah, Kodo Rider, I don't know. This card, I don't really see it. It's too slow. It's 6 mana, 5 health. The Thunderbluff Valiant is 5 mana, 6 health. That's a pretty huge difference. And yeah, so I don't really have hopes for this card, I'm sorry. Next card is Master of Ceremonies. Well, the standard spell damage cards are Azure Drake and Blood Mage Thalnos. These 2 are really played. And I don't think you want to build your decks around the Master of Ceremonies just with spell damage. I don't see that happening. The new spell damage cards are also not that interesting to me. So yeah, I don't really have high hopes for this card. Because also if you get the dream, if you get your 6/4 for 3 mana, that's strong, but it will not win you the game alone. Like, it's alright. I mean, if you have some spell damage cards in your deck, this card is probably being pretty good in Arena, but for Constructed, I don't see how you can build a deck around this. Recruiter. Okay, let's clarify what a Squire is, which you get from your Inspire. It's a 2/2 for 1 mana, which is pretty good, and you can produce more and more and more of these, which is kind of nice, but 5 mana, 5/4. I think it's too slow to construct it, but slightly too slow. If you make this like for 4 mana, then it's already, in my opinion, a little bit overpowered. So yeah, if you don't have an immediate answer in Arena, this card is going to be pretty strong. You're adding really 2/2 cards, which are very cheap every turn. So yeah, the card is alright, but not quite strong enough for constructed. Sideshow Bob, Spell Eater. Yeah, I don't know what this card is supposed to do. It's the hard counter to Justicar True Heart and Lord Jaraxxus, or what? Why would you copy your opponent's hero power? I really don't get it, so I don't see anything. In Arena, 6 mana, 6/5 is also pretty underwhelming, so I don't know what this card is supposed to do. Twilight Guardian, yeah, this is an interesting card. So this can maybe make the dream work, like, because in your Dragon Paladin or in your Dragon Priest, you were always kind of lacking 4-drops, like the Piloted Shredder doesn't fit into the Paladin decks, and especially into the Dragon Paladin decks. It's not really that good. And you were missing huge taunt minions to block all the aggro, because the Dragon Concert was a good card, but you kind of had to replace your Sludge Belchers or your Quartermasters, and you had not really possibilities to stop all the aggro with that. And your 5 spot was super filled with the Dragon Concert and the Azure Drags already, so yeah, maybe this card can make the Dragon decks work. If you have the Dragon in hand, then 3/6 Taunt for 4 mana, that's quite alright, that's pretty good. If you don't have the Dragon, it's really doing nothing. But yeah, we'll see if the Dragon decks are going to work. I have small hopes here. In Arena, this card depends on how much dragons you have. In Arena, I think it's not that good. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Please leave questions and critics in the comments as always, and make sure to participate in the Grand Review Challenge before the forms are closing on Monday. Bye bye.